Or button. All right, super excited about this. I was trying to go live on YouTube as well, but clearly I haven't quite figured that one out yet. I'm not trying to let YouTube manage my YouTube channel. I use that for a lot prayer sessions and things, and I don't feel safe doing that. And so that's weird. But I can always upload it to YouTube later, which is what I'll be doing actually. So I'm super excited about this, you guys. You guys probably all of you know me. My sisters know me my whole life. But I want to share, just for the people that might be watching on the replay, a little bit about myself. Of course, I'm Alice Village hosting this release of 2025 live. I've spent last decade, leaning in with God on my own healing journey, and as well as for others. And God has placed me in rooms where I couldn't even put myself. It's been quite the incredible journey with Him. When we seek Him, we find Him. He's so faithful with that. I've received numerous certifications and different prayer modalities, which has given me a huge toolkit that God can pull from as He needs. And I'm just basically, I say I'm like the banks on the river, just creating space for Him to roll in. And the solid rock that I stand on is God and His Word. That's important. There are a lot of weird woo woo things out there, and I'm not involved in any of those things. I really do rely on God and His Word as my solid rock, the basis on which I live my life. And so today we're going to be using a simple process, but I want you to come with a big expectation. Get comfortable. All of you are already at your cameras off, so you're safe, you're muted, and just get comfortable. If you have well, you really need a paper and pen, so I want to encourage you to grab that. If you don't have it, you might want a box of Kleenex because you just never know how things are going to flow. I typically am teary when I sit with God in these kind of moments, and so even today I did this myself, so I'll share my testimony afterwards. But most importantly, get comfortable and have a big expectation of all that God would have for you today. And so, first, what we're going to do is we're going to prepare our heart and mind to slow down with some simple breathing. It's kind of interesting if you're anything like me, we're running 100 miles a minute. And we just have a lot going on in our lives. And it's wonderful when we are able to just like pause for a minute, sit with God, and just be able to just pause, have that I call it a holy pause, because we don't have enough of it in our lives. We are running it all the time, here, there, and life is moving at 1,000 miles per minute. And this is a moment for you just to kind of pause, and we're going to slow down with just some simple breathing. And so, what we're going to do is breathe in from your nose and out through your nose with your eyes closed. So, start to do that now. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose with your eyes closed. As you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, speak peace over your mind and body. Just speak peace over your mind and body. Breathe. Give yourself some space. Everything is okay. It's going to be fine. And if anything comes up as you're breathing or you get distracted, if it's important, write it down. It's part of the process. Just focus on your breath. And I'm going to put on some really quiet, hopefully it's not too loud. If I can do it without making it too loud. Yeah, I'll put something on really quiet for you guys just to kind of help you get into that moment of just sitting with the Lord. I'm going to turn that volume so I can turn it down without turning me too far down. Ooh. Tell me if that feels too loud for you guys. As long as you can still hear my voice, you can give me a thumbs up or in the chat. I'll turn that down just a little bit. All right, so breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Again, just speak peace over your body and your mind. Thank you, Deb. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, making peace over your body and mind. We're going to sit here for a few minutes. Focusing on your breathing. Peace over your mind and your body. Give it about 30 seconds more gentle breathing before we begin our exercise today. Okay, so now we're going to transition into prayer and pray this out loud with me as if these were your words. You don't have to visualize anything, just let my words become your words. God, thank you for being here and for joining me in this process. Right now, I invite you to speak while I listen. I choose to hear you and you alone. Amen. Now I'm going to ask God a few questions, and you're going to write down what you see, feel, hear, or sense without editing. That part is really important because sometimes we start to change things, and we're just going to write and let it flow without editing. And it may be a mind picture, it may be a small voice in your head. Whatever it is, just write it down. But again, most importantly, without editing, let the pen just flow. Okay? So you can say this out loud with me. You're all muted. Ask God, what do I need to let go of and release from 2025? No editing. It's okay, whatever it is, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Ask God, what do I need to let go of and release from 2025? Have about 30 seconds left. So finish writing what you're hearing, feeling, sensing, or seeing. Okay, we're going to move on to the next question. If you weren't done and you feel like you have more, then you need more time, you can come back to this and I'll be giving you the recording and you'll be able to pick up or go back to that question, okay? But breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Now let's move on to the next question. Now let's ask God, God, what do you want to give me in exchange for what I released from 2025 and for me to take with me into 2026? So, again, write down what you hear, see, feel, or sense without editing. Just let your pen flow. So, ask God, what do you want to give me in exchange for what I released from 2025 and for me to take with me into 2026? Do that now. about 30 seconds left to finish up your writing and what you're hearing, feeling, sensing, or seeing. Okay. Next, we're going to say out loud with gusto. That could be anything to you. God, I release, and say back whatever it was He told you to release and let go of from 2025. So it could be, God, I release doubt. May have been multiple things. For me, it was like three or four. So say with gusto, God, I release whatever it was He told you to let go of and release from 2025. Next, say with passion, God, I receive, and say back whatever He gave you in exchange for what you released from 2025. Now, for me, it could have been, for example, it could be trust. God, I receive trust. I trust you. And I take this trust with me into 2026 in faith, whether I feel it right now or not. Amen. Well, this was a super simple process. I love the simplicity of it. I used to do a lot more complicated one that I think left people in the weeds. This is simple. And you know what? Whatever you experienced today is perfect. There's no right or wrong. You couldn't have done anything wrong. It's simple. It's a simple process of rewiring our brain to connect with God and align with His good plans for us. So we each have our own experience, but we all can connect with God in our own unique way. What I love about this simple process is there's no right or wrong. You just get to connect with God any way that you it works for you, and it's beautiful, and you can't make a mistake. Now, the danger always is that him or it's me. That's why we say without editing. You write down what you're hearing, feeling, seeing, or sensing without editing. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to share my own experience with what I got today when I was doing this. So really quickly, I'm going to share my experience. So when I asked God, what do I need to let go of and release for 2025? He said, release and let go of worry, lack, and doubt. And then he said to me, am I not your provider? Your husband isn't your provider. And then he said, like, you are not your own provider. I am. And he said to let go of the heavy weight and burden of producing, striving to produce outcomes of the works of my hands. That could be with finances, with my job, with my relationships, my own healing journey. He says, you are because I am. We are one. And when you, the branch, stay connected to me, the vine, the fruit will come. When I asked what he wanted to give me in exchange and to carry into 2026, he said, trust. Trust me. I won't let you fall. Step out in faith, just one step and then another. And then he reminded me of Deuteronomy 8:18, which says, remember the Lord your God, He's the one that gives you the power to be successful. And then he reminded me of Deuteronomy 1:11, which says, may the Lord, the God of your ancestors, multiply you 1,000 times more and bless you as He promised. He said, live in these truths. Receive me as your all consuming provision, your source. And he says, I'm 1,000xing your wealth in 2026. And I'm like, wow, amen, Lord. I don't know how this resonates with you guys. If you got anything, I've been doing this for a bit now, so it definitely flows with me. I have a journal that I sit with God not every day, but I try to, and I ask him, what's on your heart today, God? And he gives me beautiful love letters. I've been doing that for, gosh, since 2018, which is crazy. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and just want to say that if this resonated with you and you want to go deeper with the Lord and connecting with Him, I do have a 7-day journey of this that I can just give you. It's very powerful. I do it over and over again because it's so powerful. Just let me know if you want that. Give me your email. Those of you on, I already have your emails, but just let me know if you want it or not, and I'd be happy to share that with you. All right, you guys, bless you so much. I'm going to stop the recording. And I hope that I'm believing for your connecting with God, hearing from Him yourself, because we were created to do that. So bless you, and let's look forward to our 2026.